Yo, first video ranting about some political shit, sort of. It's not really political to be honest. It shouldn't be. But first thing I want to say is that as you can see in the title, um I'm left wing. I I shouldn't have to say this, but I agree with not with Hassan about politics like 90%, 95% probably. uh you know 90. I wouldn't call myself a leftist. I just got to do it for the clickbait in the title, but um but just based on my positions and the candidates I would support and the policy that I would support, probably 90% of people at least would consider me left wing. 95% of people um in this country would consider me a left wing person. So I don't even call myself leftist or anything because I don't like political labels anymore. Because there are assumptions that if I said I'm a leftist, there are assumptions that can come with that, that people would make about me that would not be true at all. But yeah, anyways, so I agree with Hassan politically about the vast majority of things. I support Palestine. I support universal health care. I support the decommodification of a lot of industries, including potentially housing or groceries or you know better social welfare, um whatever, right? I'm very like pro worker in terms of my politics, right? Um, but this shit is insane, bro. This shit with his dog is insane. Like, what's insane about it is the way that his community is reacting to this shit. Like, I don't know. I like his response video, and then I watched the Moist critical video about it. I'll put uh yeah, I watched the Moist critical video about it, and then I put sorry, for context for anyone who doesn't know, Hassan Abi is a political streamer, a left wing political streamer, pretty far left wing, right? Um who has been in controversies in the past, but most recently he's on video and his dog like yelps in pain right as it looks like he's reaching on camera. So then people started to theorize that maybe he was using a shock collar or something. Um, which all his fans are acting is just like immediately just acting like it's completely deranged conspiracy. And it's like if you just look at the clip, it's like the exact moment that he reaches off camera with his arm is the same moment that his dog yelps in pain. And I'm not saying that he shocked his dog because I don't know. Like I am completely agnostic as to whether he actually shocked his dog or whether he actually used a shock collar. Um, I don't know. I'm not gonna say he did. Maybe he didn't at all, and it was just because I know weird moments can happen like that where it looks like something, but it's really not at all. There's no hard evidence that he was shocking his dog, right? But that being said, um, I'll put the links to both of those videos in the description, so you should watch both and come to your own conclusion. With try not to be too biased. Just look, just use your critical thinking and look at what happened. The fact is that the way that his dog like yelps out in pain clearly, and instead of like showing any concern for the dog at all or checking on them, Hassan is like belittling them and calling her his dog a baby and all this crap. Like yeah, I just don't understand the justification for that. Like, it's just weird as fuck the way he acted, regardless of the shock collar thing. Let's say he used no shock collar. Let's just assume for a second that he didn't use a shock collar, right? The way he acted to his dog was still weird as fuck, bro. It's still weird as fuck. Like, if you don't think so, you're weird. Like, I don't know if I trust you around my dog. I have a dog. I would if she yelped in pain, she got excited. See, I'm not yelling at her for that. Like, that can get annoying, but but that was a bark also. If she yelped in pain, cuz his dog wasn't like barking. She just randomly yelped in pain, like completely randomly. So you could understand why it didn't seem like there was anything to provoke it. His fans are saying that she like snagged her nail on something. I watched the video like very close, very slowly and closely. I couldn't see anything. It just did not look like that to me at all. I couldn't see anything like that, like her paw snagging on anything. Just the way the movement of her paws was right as she yelped, it just didn't look like that. Um, and so to react that way at your dog yelping in pain instead of checking on them and making sure they're okay, that's not normal. I don't think that's okay. Um, and I think it's wild how his fans are reacting. Because every criticism, they're just calling you a bot in his comments. I'm pretty sure he's deleting any like negative comments about him, because every single comment is, you look at the top comments, every single comment is like, oh, this is just insane. This is just a nothing burger, man. It's just a nothing burger. Like, all these crazy Nazis. This is why I had to say my politics at the start, because any criticism you make of Hassan, you're a Nazi apparently. Like, you can't criticize Hassan or you're a Nazi, bro. So I guess I'm a Nazi. And they're probably gonna say I'm a pro-Israel Zionist now because I don't like animal abuse. Like, this is where we're at, bro. It's so fucking stupid. And this is what I mean. Like, I saved two of the comments that I thought were super insane, but this is just to give you a vibe of like the shit his fans are on. It is literally some cult shit, bro. Like, this guy says, this video having to be made lowers my faith in humanity when there's a genocide still going on. It's like, it's 81 likes on that comment. If you don't understand what's wrong with that comment, then I think you're just severely lacking in critical thinking skills. Like, what does this situation of Hassan's treatment of his dog have anything to do with the genocide in Palestine? Like, bro, at this point, this type of shit to me is like disrespectful to the Palestinians. To be like, you can't criticize Hassan acting weird to his dog because Palestine. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? These are two completely separate, different things. Like, yes, and one is a lot worse than the other. Yeah, the genocide in Palestine is a lot worse, bro, but that's not what we're talking about. Like, you can have a separate conversation about a different thing. It's like, you can still stub your toe, and that's not a good thing that happens to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't stub your toe and then be like, oh, it doesn't hurt because the kids in Palestine are hurting more. It's like, what kind of fucking logic is that? Like, bro, get some help. And then the other comment. Lol, the straight up imperialist Nazis know, I think they meant now. Lol, the straight up imperialist Nazis now want to act like they care about dogs. Kaya, which is his dog's name, has a better quality of life than you do. Enjoy being a failure of capitalism. I mean, first of all, I'm not a fan of capitalism. Um, I still think the way Hassan treated his dog was weird as fuck in that clip. Yup. But, you go ahead and call me a failure of capitalism, I guess, as well as a deflection. And saying Kaya has a better First of all, to start imperialist Nazis. Yo, you think somebody beating up their dog is fucking weird? Okay, he didn't beat up his dog, but like, it's just a fucking weird clip, bro. If you're a normal human being, like, just be a human being for a second. Not everything is like has to do with politics. This shit has nothing to do with politics. That's the thing. So why are you calling everyone criticizing Hassan over this an imperialist Nazi? Like, your brain is broken, dog. Like, you actually need to go outside or something. You need friends. Like, I don't know. I think a lot of these people actually need friends in real life because I think they genuinely have a sick, twisted parasocial relationship with Hassan. Like, the lengths they will defend him. It is cult stuff. It is like the same cult stuff as Donald Trump. Like, the people defending Hassan over this shit is the same energy as the people coping about Trump and Epstein and the Epstein files, when it's like very obvious that Trump is involved with that, right? To anyone just who is not being biased and who isn't in a fucking cult, it's so obvious. And the same can be said here if you just look at what happens, right? And I saw another thing too of Hassan mistreating dogs in the past, like, telling his dog that he was gonna kill it in front of everyone, and then pulling a dog by the tail and stuff. I don't know what his fans are gonna come up with to justify that stuff in the past, but like, anyways, I mean, yeah, it's just like, Hassan don't know you, little bro. Hassan doesn't care about you like that. Like, he doesn't personally know you. You don't have to go to these lengths to defend him for something that's clearly wrong. Or at the very least, weird and questionable. Like, bare minimum. Bare minimum, can we just admit that the way he acts in that clip is weird and questionable? Bare minimum. Can we just agree on that? Shake hands, please. Because if we can't agree on that, you are in a separate reality. You're in a cult, bro. Like, it's so fucking weird. And it's so weird to see from people who you agree with about 95% of everything when it comes to politics. Like, I would think that people who have similar views as me are motivated by truth and goodness, but I guess not. It seems like they're more just like loyal to their freaking cult leader, man. But yeah, that's about it. That's all I have to say. Watch both videos. Watch Moist Critical's video and Hassan's video. And yeah, avoid parasocial relationships with streamers. These streamers don't fucking give a fuck about you. Formulate your own opinions about things. And yeah, it's some cult shit, man. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.